What's going on YouTube? So I just want to talk about this real quick. So if you guys watch the news, you see so many news stories of young people dying. You see so many news stories and nowadays in media of young people being killed in their 20s, early 30s, young people dying in their teenage years at 15, 16, 17, 18. And nowadays you have some young people who are dying faster than some older people. I'm talking about you have an epidemic of more young people whose lives are being cut short at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then you have people who are in their 70s or 80s just outliving many of them. So I just want to talk about this real quick. You see, guys, in these last days, you're going to see so much wickedness happen. You're going to see so much stuff like this happen. You're going to see a lot of violence. You're going to see a lot of murder and hatred. Because these are last days that the Bible speaks about. These are last days before Jesus Christ returns. So you're going to see a lot of this. But you see, the problem with many young people, a lot of you young people, you guys put yourselves in many of these situations. You see, many of you guys put yourselves in dangerous situations that just don't make sense. You see, when you're not following after the will of God, you are basically giving the enemy, Satan, a legal right to go kill, steal, and destroy you. When you're not seeking the Most High God, when you're not under His protection, when you're not going where He wants you to go, and you're going to all these different places that God often does not approve of, you put your own life at risk. You see, many of you young people, a lot of you guys do not listen. Many of you guys have parents who warn you about those friends that you're keeping. Many of you guys have family members who warn you about those friends that you guys are keeping. Many of you guys probably even have other friends your age who warn you about those friends that you guys are keeping. Many of you guys, your parents tell you don't go to certain places, and many of you guys don't listen. Your parents tell you to stop hanging out with that certain boy, you don't listen. Your parents tell you to stop hanging out with that certain girl, you don't listen. A lot of you guys, you guys probably got a girl who's not good for you, and your parents or your friends is telling you to stay away from her, and you not listening. You putting your own life at risk, cause you don't know this girl like that. This girl that you're dealing with, this girl could probably set you up one day to be robbed, or possibly even worse. Same thing with many of you young girls. Many of you guys have parents or even friends who will tell you to stay away from that guy. He's trouble. He's danger. Don't fool with him. Say keep your distance from him. But many of you guys, you don't listen. Many of you young girls, you go run off with all these so-called boyfriends you got. The next thing you know, something ends up happening to a lot of y'all. You guys put your own selves at risk. Many of you young people, you guys wanna party and go to all these clubs and all these places where people getting drunk and fornicating, and all over the place people smoking weed, people are high off their mind. People are doing all these high pills and popping all these pills. You see, many of you young people, you guys look up to all these rap music, all these rappers popping these pills and smoking all these drugs and doing all this alcohol. Many of you guys want to be like all of these rappers. You guys want to be like all these entertainers. But guess what? What they often don't tell you is that these lifestyles have consequences to them. You could be taking a pill right now, boom. You probably overdosed right then and there, and you died right there. Maybe young people, you be drinking all this alcohol, and boom, you get alcohol poison. You gone right there. You see, many of you young people, a lot of you guys do not like to listen. I know many young people in this generation, they do not want to follow the ways of God. You have many young people nowadays to where they mock God. I've seen a situation where even when I was in high school, you have people talk about they God. People talk about they don't believe in God. You see, when you guys are not following after the will of God, you put your own lives at risk. You put your own lives in jeopardy. Because you're not following after the ways of God. You guys, when many of you young people, you want to live for the world. Because many of you guys got this mindset: I'm young, I gotta live my life. Many people probably even think that they're young, they could just do what they want. When they get older, they're gonna get their lives together. They're gonna get their lives straight. That mentality that you got is a dangerous mentality, and it's a terrible mentality because you don't decide how long you live. Only person who decides that is God. You might be talking about, oh, I'm gonna have fun in my 20s. I'm gonna have fun in my 30s. When I get 40, I'll get my life together. What if God decides to take you at 25? Then what are you gonna do? Well, many of you people who wanna go all these places, you wanna hang with all these different types of people. Many of you young men wanna join gangs and all this stuff, putting your own lives in risk, putting your own lives in jeopardy. And for what? For what? Many of you young men, you guys want to join all these gangs and claim all these sets like Crips and Bloods and Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples and all this stuff. You guys put your own selves at risk because you know that there's rival gang members out there who are going to look to come for you. You know that there's rival gang members who are seeking to come shoot you. and yet you want to go involve yourself in that. Many of you young girls, you guys want to dress half naked. I've seen so many young girls, especially in the summertime, they dress with these shorts with their whole butt cheeks exposed, with their whole chest exposed. You guys are attracting certain type of people your way. You guys are attracting people like rapists and fornicators your way. You guys are attracting traffickers your way, sexual traffickers who gonna look to take you and sell you off to some country, out to some third world country. Many of you young people, you guys don't want to listen. And then many of you guys want to say, oh, people who follow the Bible and all that, they don't even know what they talking about. Oh, these old people, they slow. They don't know what they talking about. You see, a lot of you guys want to listen to the older generation. Man, if you guys are stuck in your own ways. And you see, that stubbornness is what costs a lot of you guys. Same stubbornness, it was what get a lot of you guys in trouble. And then what's crazy is a lot of you parents, you a lot of these your young kids, your young teenage sons and daughters, your young people in their 20s who still have a home with you. You know they're doing all this stuff under your roof and you ain't say nothing. You just allow your daughter and your son to just go out and just basically live for the devil, and you ain't say nothing about it. You ain't try to come talk to him. You ain't go come try to tell him to stop. You ain't caught. You see, many of you parents are just as bad. Because you just allow your kids to do whatever you want and you don't even say nothing. And you see many of you young people who got this mentality that you young, you gonna do what you want. You see, you guys are playing with fire. You guys are playing with Satan because Satan don't care how young you are. You think he care that you were 15? You think he care that you 18? You think he care that you 21? He looking to seek, kill, and destroy you. He the enemy not playing with you. You see some of these young people in news, and half these news stories I see, it's just about these young people. They just do stuff that don't make sense. You see all these stories that young people going away, running away with boyfriends and girlfriends. Next, they end up going missing, and they can't find them. Why would you run off with somebody you don't even know? All you young people, you be putting all your faith and trust in all these relationships and these boyfriends and girlfriends. These people, you're not even married to these people, and you putting all your faith and trust in them. And then when you guys run off with them, then God forbid something happens to you, then the whole world and the whole news gotta know, and then the police gotta come searching for you. Many of you guys just put yourselves in a situation that's very dangerous. You see, many young people nowadays, you guys look at living for God like it's boring. You guys got that mentality that you want to turn up and you want to have fun. I know many girls be talking about it's hot girl summer. Listen, you want to do your hot girl summer, you do it. You're going to do it at your own risk. Because you guys think that ain't nothing going to happen to you. Many young people, they got this mentality like, man, I'm good. Ain't nothing going to happen to me. Only a coward thinks something gonna happen to him. I'm young, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I could see danger coming. And then guess what? You guys don't see danger coming. Satan, he come out of nowhere and boom. You see, many of you guys play with the devil too much. You guys play with the kingdom of darkness too much. You guys put yourself in all these dangerous situations. Many of you young people be going to these clubs and these parties where the whole place is drunk. Or people over here smoking and drinking. And people then all of a sudden, people start fighting. Next thing you know, a shootout happens. And people wonder like, wait, what happened? Listen, guys, when you guys go to places where God's presence does not dwell at, you are putting yourselves at risk. We're not walking under protection of the Most High God. We're not walking with the presence of God around you. You're putting your own life at risk. It's like you don't know. You walk in eggshells your whole life because you don't know what could happen. Many of you young people, you guys want to show off. You guys want to flash all these clothes. You guys want to do all these silly videos like pranks on the internet where you guys walk up to random strangers and you want to do these little prank videos. You guys put your own selves at risk because you even know those strangers that you're approaching. You could be approaching somebody who going through a bad day, who going through a family crisis, and yet you think they're going to have time for your little prank video? You think they're going to have time to deal with your jokes? You see, many of you young people, especially in this generation, I'm also young myself. So many of you young people come from my generation, the generation younger than me. Many of you guys like to think everything's a joke. If you guys like to think everything's a game. But you see, when Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy, when he comes to collect, it ain't funny no more, is it? When you live in an ungodly lifestyle and the angel of death come visit you, it ain't funny no more, is it? When you over here smoking all of those drugs and getting high, the next thing you know, you start suffocating. When you doing all that alcohol and you all of a sudden start getting alcohol poison, you start throwing up and you see your life flashing before your eyes. It ain't funny no more. And you see, what many of you young people don't realize is, when you guys reach your age of accountability, you eligible to get judged by God. Many people, they'll probably think, oh, this person's 16, 17, ain't nothing happened to him. They went straight to heaven. It don't work like that. You see, just like in a court of law, when a person commits a heinous crime at 16 or 17, they trial them as adults. That's how it is when you stand for the judgment seat of Christ. Once you reach the age of accountability, once you know wrong from right, you are eligible you can go to hell. There's a scripture, I believe it's in the book of Psalms, that says, "Spare not the rod from your child, so they not die and their soul goes to Sheol." It either see the Sheol or Hades, but it says, "Spare not the rod of your child, so you do not die in their soul, so they that die in their soul goes to Sheol or Hades." But Sheol and Hades, those are places in hell. What's showing you? It said your child, so they do not go to Sheol or Hades. So that shows that young people can go to hell. That shows you. Think of all these teenagers who die every day. You see all these places, especially places like Chicago. You're so in South Central LA, where so many young people, they're involved in gangs, and many of them end up dying at 17, 18, 19, 20. And then people we talk about, they rested in peace. Many of these people, young people who died from those cities, who live in all these gangster lifestyles, if they died in sin, many of them. They died in sin, they went straight to hell. You know what I'm saying? God's gonna judge you if you 15 or 16. You eligible to get judged. You once you know wrong from right, you can go to hell. The only exceptions can be kids who are like 4 or 5 and 6, kids who don't really have much sense of what the world is going on. They've not really gained the understanding yet of wrong from right. But once you know wrong from right, when you're like 12 or 13, you know what accountability is, you know what wrong from right is, you definitely eligible to go to hell. So, man, if young people want to turn up, you want to talk about, you want to have all this fun, you guys want to keep playing around your life, that's on you guys. But I'm telling you though, Satan, he roams the earth looking to kill, steal, and destroy. The enemy not playing with people. He not joking with people. And God himself is not joking with you. Because many of you young people, you guys forget that God's judgment can also touch you too. You see many videos nowadays of young people beating up elderly people, robbing people. You see in places like New York, you have young people in their 20s pushing people on subway tracks. You guys, many of you young people, you guys are living some wicked lifestyles. You guys are doing stuff that's not appropriate in the sight of God. His judgment can hit you too, and his judgment's the most scariest one. Because, you see, Satan can't do nothing without God's permission. But you see, the Most High, he got all the power. If God says your time is up, your time is up. If God says this is it, this is it. Ain't nobody or nothing anybody could do about it. Ain't nothing I could do about it. Ain't nothing your parents could do about it. Ain't nothing nobody could do about it. You see, many of you young people, you guys will put yourselves in all these ungodly environments. You guys rather go to a club where people are smoking, drinking, and fornicating, instead of going to church where you could learn the word of God. Instead of staying home where you could read a book. Even staying home and even watching a movie. Or you could stay home and watch a nice movie on Netflix or Hulu. A positive movie, a family movie, a comedy movie. Yeah, but yeah, instead you guys staying home and chilling and relaxing and just say, man, I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna stay off the streets, I'm gonna take it easy. Many of you guys wanna go to all these clubs and all these parties and go out in the street and deal with all these ungodly men and all these ungodly women. You guys put your own lives at risk. You put your own life in danger. Then you got many of you guys end up wondering. You guys end up crying when Satan shows up. Because when Satan shows up, he not coming to you. He not coming to play with you. The Bible makes it clear Satan comes as an angel of light. You think Satan gonna come up to you and say, "Okay, hi, I'm Satan"? No, he gonna send people your way who gonna look good to you. He gonna send people away who gonna look nice to you. And then over time, you gonna end up finding out their true character. So if you young people, you need to stop playing with your lives. Take the Most High God serious. Watch the lifestyle that you live. Watch the places that you go to. You want to do something productive in your life? Do something productive for a Most High. Do something productive that could benefit your life, that could benefit your family for a better. Don't be going to these places, these ungodly places, and dealing with all these ungodly people, putting your own lives at risk. Because as I said throughout this video, the enemy looking to kill, steal, and destroy, and God himself is watching you. So guys, please take heed to this message. Have a blessed day. Peace.